everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a 2024 Chevy Trailblazer RS. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Chevy here in Park City, Utah for giving me some time with this Trailblazer. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a turbocharged 1.3 liter 3-cylinder that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 26 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 155 horsepower and then 174 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see here with all of the different body lines, and I love the metallic flake in the paint. Now, taking a look at the lights, you guys can see with the daytime running light, this does have a split light design, so you can see the headlight down below. And then notice how the grille's all blacked out. You got the RS badge as well. And then you actually have carbon fiber print here on the bottom. And putting it all together, it has a pretty cool look overall. Coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 245, 45, 19 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels, you've got the silver on the top, and then notice how it's blacked out in the center. Pretty cool design. And then look at the fender flare here, big and chunky. You can see the bodywork here on the side as well. Notice the mirror cap's blacked out, and then the whole roof is actually blacked out too. And then here's your full side view with the Trailblazer. You guys can see a little bit of a more compact size. Now here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function, remote start. We've got the opening for the hatch, and then we got the Chevy bow tie in the back. Now taking a look at the cargo space here in the rear, you guys can see it's actually pretty big for how small the Trailblazer is. And then if we lift this up, you can see the spare tire underneath as well. But yeah, pretty dang practical. When you're all done, just press that and that'll lower the hatch down. Now here's a quick look at the tail light design, and then you guys can see RS, and then notice with the rest of the badges here. And then again, you got the carbon fiber print at the bottom, and then look at the little exhaust tips. So putting it all together, I like the looks of this thing. It's pretty snazzy. Now taking a look at the door panel here, you guys can see that's kind of softer touch down below, and then I like to look at the handle, then we got some storage right there. And then here's a look at the seats. Pretty cool, they're perforated all down the center, and then you can see the darker red stitching on the side. Legroom back here is really good. We also have a little storage pocket as well. And then of course we've got the cup holder armrest, and then last but not least, headroom. It's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you can see the red trim that goes across there. I think that's pretty sweet. And then look at the stitching and everything down below. All of our window controls, notice the front one is automatic. Got your mirror adjustments, and then that is for the hatch. And then blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. RS there at the top, and then notice how it's perforated all down the center portion. And then we do have our adjustments here on the side. And then this is to open up the hood. We've got our light controls as well. And then look at all the stitching and then the trimmer on the vent. That's cool. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see perforated on either side, and then you have this like smooth piano black trim at the bottom, kind of interesting with the overall design. Radio controls in the back of the steering wheel with the Chevy bow tie in the center. Controls for the center stack, voice command controls, cruise control, heated steering wheel button as well. So lots of nice stuff there, and then you can see the stocks here on the back as well. And so here's a quick look at the gauge cluster in the center. Really cool look with the overall design. I like the digital layout as well. Notice it gives you important information, just like it lets us know we're in all-wheel drive mode right now. I can take us out of all-wheel drive mode on top of that. But yeah, I like this new look. And then in reverse, we got a backup camera with your drive-through lines that turn with the steering wheel. Resolution with it's pretty solid. And then you guys can see we've got a little radio control here on the side with the infotainment system. But overall, in terms of the overall like look, I love how this looks. And I like the little sound that it makes when you click in the different menus. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, pretty good response time. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is also a thing with it. And then down below, you guys can see we've got analog controls for the climate system. We also have heated seats here as well. And then look at this trim. Kind of goes up there, and you got nice stitching and everything. That's not stitching, but it all connects. Like here's kind of a look at the corner. If the camera filter will pick it up. Not sure the lighting's horrible right now, but it looks cool. Anyways, down below we've got some USB action, wireless phone charging pad action as well. And I'm not sure what this is on the side, but kind of weird. And then notice this is like a little drive mode select, so that'll pop into the sport mode, for example, and you got your all-wheel drive mode, stability control, lane departure. You can see at the very end you got your auto stop start. Shifter for that 9-speed automatic transmission. And then you got plus and minus here, so you can shift the gears yourself if you want. Parking brake behind it, some cup holder action, more storage. And then you're pretty good with the center console. Nice padding here on the top. And then, ooh, it's a big glove box. So So here's a quick look at the window sticker for this Trailblazer RS. You guys can see the standard equipment. Base MSRP $28K, total MSRP $32,580, and let's see how this thing drives. Let's talk about visibility before you set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring, throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, Trailblazer in a second. Trailblazer away. First off, I love the new steering wheel. I know some people might not be as in love with the steering wheel as I am, but just like sit in this, or what, you can get this in the new Trax, I think, too, if I remember right. I review too many cars, I lose track of what has what. But either way, if you have a chance to look at this new steering wheel, look at this new steering wheel feel. It's cool. It just, the material used feels, it just feels very premium. But anyways, initially getting up and moving, good torque out of this engine so far. Definitely has a punch right off the bat. It's pretty comfortable too. For such a small crossover. So I think they've done a pretty good job with this. It rides well. Really does. Relatively quiet. Turn this down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I like how this drives. Again, it's a smaller crossover, so it's not gonna be like the most comfortable thing on the planet, but it's more comfortable than you would think given the size and everything. I do want to pop it in the all-wheel drive mode and the sport mode to see how different that feels with the acceleration later on. A little acceleration here, all-wheel drive mode. Puts down the power well. Interesting. Let's take that all-wheel drive mode off. So, yeah, you can actually feel the power loss difference. It's kind of interesting. Ooh, classic car. Don't know what that is, but it looks cool. And they're using it to tow. It's a truck. It's an old Chevy. That's so cool. Wow. But yeah, it drives... But yeah, acceleration's good. It does feel a little bit slower in the all-wheel drive mode gives more grip, but then if you don't need grip, it feels like you get less power loss. But this does well at high elevation. Again, we're at like 7,000 feet for those of you that don't know. It's pretty high up there overall. But yeah, it's a comfy ride. I like it. So yeah, to cap things off, I like how this looks. I think it's pretty comfortable with the drive. I like this new interior setup. I mean, this just feels like a more premium product. And yes, I mean, 32,000 bucks for a brand new car, pretty reasonably priced, and the engine's got good power and everything. So yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about the Trailblazer. But let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you like the fresh face of the Trailblazer.